You must be hearing now days on internet that Gen Z are not good with money. Is this true? Let's find out with Sarah. It's 2:14 in the morning. Sarah is 23 years old. She opens her banking app and stares at the number, $47. In checking, she swipes $1,200 in crypto. On her chair is a $200 jacket she bought yesterday. Thrifted, designer, worth it, she told herself. Her grandmother had a savings account at 23. Sarah has a Robinhood account. And somewhere on the internet, someone is calling her generation financially illiterate. But what if they're not? What if Sarah is the most honest investor alive? Here's what the data actually shows. In a 2022 study of Gen Z investors, 38% admitted they knew nothing about finance. 45% said they needed to learn more. Only 16% felt confident. Older generations read those numbers and called it a crisis, but read them again. 84% of Gen Z openly admit they don't fully understand money. That's not illiteracy. That's the first generation in history to stop pretending. You see, in 2013, two researchers, Barber and Odean, studied young investors. They found one dominant trait: overconfidence. Young men, especially, traded too much, believed too much, lost too much. But Sarah's generation read those papers, watched their parents, watched 2008, and quietly adjusted. Sarah was 5 years old when the world broke the first time. Her dad lost his job in the spring of 2008. The house got smaller. The dinners got quieter. And somewhere in the part of her brain that was still forming, she learned a single sentence: the safe path is not safe. Now here's where it gets interesting. Your brain is still a caveman's brain. When the world feels uncertain, the caveman has two strategies: hoard or hunt. He never picks the middle, because in a dangerous world, the middle gets you killed. In that same study, 57% of Gen Z held bank deposits, 50% held crypto. Stocks, 7%. Real estate, 0. They skipped the entire middle. Older generations call this reckless. Behavioral economics calls it the Barbell Strategy. Hoard the safe, hunt the wild, avoid the middle. Because the middle ladder is broken, and Sarah watched it break. Gen Z is not the most reckless generation alive. Gen Z is the most rational generation alive, given the rules they were actually handed. In 2020, researcher Andreas Ortman tracked something strange. During the pandemic, Gen Z didn't pull money out of the market. They poured it in. 42% of them said the pandemic permanently changed their relationship with money. Their parents stayed on the treadmill: run faster, save longer, retire someday. Sarah looked at the treadmill and stepped off, not because she was lazy, because she did the math, and the math didn't math anymore. The same study found something else. 61% of Gen Z learned about money from their parents. Only 16% from school. The formal system that was supposed to teach them didn't. So they took the other fork. Internet, parents, peers, group chats at midnight, a generation teaching itself in public what no one taught them in private. But let's be honest. The barbell strategy can break you. Crypto crashes. Buy now, pay later quietly multiplies. The doom spending feels like freedom until the credit card statement arrives. Stepping off one treadmill sometimes just puts you on a different one. Anxiety, avoidance, the quiet shame of knowing and still not doing. This is the part the data doesn't print. But here's the resolution. Sarah is not financially broken. Sarah is financially post-traumatic. And those are not the same thing. One you fix with shame. The other you heal with understanding. Your grandmother's money worked because her world worked. Sarah's money looks chaotic because her world is chaotic. The wiring isn't wrong. It's just newer. So the next time someone tells you that your generation is bad with money, remember, you are not the generation that broke the system. You are the generation that stopped pretending it wasn't broken. And maybe that is the first honest investment anyone has made in a very long time. You're not broken. You're just wired differently. Drop $1 in the comments and tag a Gen Z, And don't forget to subscribe.